It looks like we're live. Nice. Hello, everybody, to round 6 of the Ero F3 season. We're here in Britain, my home Grand Prix, just so you know. Decent track for overtaking, decent all round, really. It's got lots of different sections. You know, you've got fast, high speed corners, you've got slow speed corners, you've got a decent number of medium speed corners, so it's a good challenge for the drivers. A bit of everyone to suit everyone on this track. You know, I think everyone has at least one corner on this track that they like. If you don't, then you're weird. And it's really going to be finding the balance in the setup today, see who can get it right. So we currently have 15 drivers in the lobby, so this should be a good race. Just having a look, I'm trying to find the standings so I could tell everyone what they look like at the moment. Standings. Found them. And F3, continue, always. Okay, championship standings once it loads. So, yep, this is up to date. Okay, currently at the top of the championship is technically Flo and Kadir, but they've been promoted to F2. So out of the people who are in F3 still, the current leader is Sunset Beach Bar. So good for him. He's been having a strong season with 41 points in the last 5 races, which is quite good considering he's had 2 DNFs. Only finished 3 of them. He's finished all of them in the points. He's quite consistent so far this season. Kajemi is then second in the other Renault, so it's a Renault 1-2 in the championship right now. He did not start in Azerbaijan, but he's raced at all other races. He currently has 32 points, only 9 points behind his teammate. Third is Masiek, who is in the Ferrari with 31 points, only 1 behind Kajemi. And fourth is Rick Wilbur in the AlphaTauri. He currently has 27 points, putting him only 4 behind Masiek. So it's all quite close up the top there. No one's really running away with it too much. As we come down to 5th place is Freipaper. Hopefully people recognise them from last season. They did manage to get into Brazil in season 3. If you watched that one, which you should have, because that was a good race. They currently have 26 points after only completing 1 race in the Alfa Romeo. After that it's Juppe in the McLaren, who has 28 points, followed by Vifelt, in his teammate in the McLaren, with 16 points. Mahi in the Haas with 14 points. Hold on, they're in the wrong order. It's actually Christian who's got 16 points. You know, he should have 14. Why is it lying? No, he has 15, but it says that he's behind Mahi who has 14. Interesting. And then Yolmir and Goro both also have 14 points. And Yabatas and Guir have 12 points. Guir being a reserve, so I'm not sure if he's racing here at the moment. I don't see his name. Nope. After that it's Aflam, who has 10 points, Pratek, who has 8 points, Kurtboy, who has 6 points, Kronk, who has 3 points, Shade and Monster Most with 2 points each, and Wilkser with 1 point. The rest of the grid has 0 points. So that's how the championship's looking at the moment as we come into round 6 out of 17. So obviously it's all still to play for, very close all round. No one's really running away with it, so hopefully we have a very exciting race today to make that championship look a bit more interesting. Well, I say a bit more, it's already looking interesting, but even more interesting. We can hope. So, just back out of that one. Hopefully we can have more people joining the stream soon, because it has been put onto the Ero page. And we should be ready to go in 3 minutes time. So up until we go, I will quickly remind everyone to check out the F2 stream, which will be happening later today at 6 o'clock, as well as the F1 stream, which is the big one. This is the fastest drivers in the Ero. Will be racing tomorrow at 6 p.m. UK time. All of these times are in UK time. Right. Let's see what you guys are saying down in the comments section. If it loads, please load. Come on. There we go. Hello. Waiting for an hour. Or someone joining. Ping finally worked. Slow mode is on. Okay. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, who said hello buddy, because I'm not good with European names. So I'm going to say hi back and leave it there. Actually, looking from the profile picture, it might be a tapper, but I'm not sure on that one. So 10 people now in the stream. Hello everyone. Oh, I'm right, it is a tapper. Okay, no, I wasn't watching qualifying. What happened? It's good to see you, a tapper. "19 drivers." So hopefully when we get to 4 o'clock we can go. Just waiting for the signal any time now. Sebastian crashed and Lewis almost didn't manage to set a hot lap in Q2. Oh, that's crazy. Ah, sad I missed that one then, as we now have 15 viewers currently. Hello, welcome everyone. Race is, well, qualifying should be starting very shortly. As I say that, the countdown did start. It's stopped now. It is still not 4 o'clock, so yeah. Come on, let's wait for the ready up thing before we go. Okay, and it looks like we're going. It is 4 o'clock now, UK time, and we have 16 drivers ready out of 19, 17, 18, 19 drivers ready. And we are about to start qualifying. So make sure you guys are putting your predictions down in the comments section for who you think is going to grab pole in this session. Wow, 0.01 to go in Q2, that's crazy. Yes, let me know your guys' predictions. I will read them out when I see them. Of course, we're going to have to wait here a few seconds to see any cars out on track, because they'll be loading setups and stuff. However, remember to slap the like button. Yes, listen to Watinho, he's right. You got to slap that like button without breaking your screen. Um, let's see who's going to be the first car to get out onto the track. Come on, someone, please. Oh, I'll take this second to sort out my screen. Best enabled on full track. Nice. Come on, someone, let's go. Let's get some driving. Wasted a minute already. Someone on my right, I think it's a Mercedes. There's also a car further down the pit lane, looks like a Haas. No, it's a... I think it's Prof Critique. Prof Critique will be the first car to come out onto the track. No, he won't. That will be... however you say that word. We're right on board for him on his outlap, just to see how he does. And you get to look at that very nice looking Alfa Romeo. You think Christian will get pole? Fry second, Buscemi third. That's a good prediction. We'll see if you're right or not. It's just yellow flags. Everyone's decided they want to come out the pits at the same time, so it's a big cluster of cars back there, and I think Marachi here will be quite happy that he managed to get out ahead of the pack. Oh, that's a race result. Turn down game sound. Where's options? There's no options. I can't turn down the preferences. I'm stupid. Audio. Is that better? Oh, that's not how you want to start your... Well, he's not started yet, but it's going to compromise his run onto the main straight. He might lose a bit of time there. He's already backed out of it by the looks of it. Unlucky for him. We'll go on board with the Racing Point of Pratik here then, who is currently on a lap. Very late apex there, short shifting up into third, up into higher gears now as we open DRS and come down the first DRS straight, braking on the 50-meter marker board here, as using as much curb as you can, down to fourth, hitting the apex, and you want to stay tight into the second part of this corner to get the best launch, running wide a bit on curb. He had a bit of oversteer there on the exit as he stays tight to the right side of the track to minimise the distance, using entry curb, touching the curb on the apex and using the curb on the exit as well through cops as we swing into Maggots and Beckett's here. Oh, he's missed the apex there, and he's made him slow through Chapel, using curb and opening DRS for the second time this lap on the run down to the final few corners. Maybe could have gone a bit faster through there as he comes through to the final slow section here. Second gear he's chosen, up into third. Very careful through here as he's going to come around right to finish his lap, and it's a 1:26.1 will be the first lap of this session. Let's see how long it holds out for us. Freipaper with a 1:25.8 on mediums, looking very strong so far this session, and Vifelt with a 1:25.7 on the soft tyres. Very close stuff here so far. Yes, it is Houseman. Is it? Did you leave as well? No, you didn't. You're still here, but you're muted. Just use the hashtag Russian Grand Prix on Twitter, Lamau. Nice. Let's see who's going to finish their lap, because lots of people deciding to not complete their laps. I think it's going to be Christian. He's going to get P5 with the 26.1 there. Very nice here. And Wilker and Rick with the 1:25.6 on the soft tyre. Very nice from him there, but looking at the current standings, as I think only 2 drivers left to complete their first laps. Freipepe has got to be the favourite, surely, with that time only 2/10 off the leader on the medium tyre. But we'll, as K pits, let's see what Beitas is doing. Houseman, you're muted so they can't hear you on stream. I told you that. Let's see as he comes down through Maggots and Beckett's. Very careful here from the AlphaTauri driver. Using as much curbs as he can on the exit. He is going to complete the lap, so let's see where it's going to put him. It's going to be a 26.5 on the soft tyre. That is actually his second lap of the session, putting in P10 at the back end of the top 10. Of course, everyone in the top 10 will have to start the race on the tyres they qualify on. So 10th place is really one of the worst places to start if you think about it, because if you start P11 you can start on a fresher set of tyres, but you're only 1 place back. Don't know what's going on with the tyres on the thing. I think it's just because where it says the amount of laps they've done is different size for everyone. Okay, let's see, what is Vifelt going to do? He's not going to pit, interestingly enough, so he's doing a 3rd lap on the same set of softs. Interesting strategy here from both him and Prof Pratik, who's also done the same thing. 25.1 from Vifelt is enough to grab him provisional pole so far in this session. To be fair, starting on the 5th row, yeah, 5th row is the worst place to be. 9th and 10th. Do not want to start in either of those 2 positions, because you're just going to get mugged by 11th and 12th. So, very nice lap there from Vifelt, 25.1. Provisional pole, 5/10 ahead of Rick in 2nd. Let's see who's on a lap. I have a feeling Prof Pratik is going to pit at the end of this lap. He's not going very fast. He's also done 3 laps now on that same set of tyres, as has Yabatas. 20 people, wow, crazy, innit? 19 now. Fry on mediums, yeah, I did point that one out earlier. Fry looking very strong so far on those mediums, only 7/10 off the current provisional pole time. Look out for Fry later on, as I think this is a fast lap here from Marachi. Don't worry about the yellows, I know there's a lot of yellows, but they're all just... Oh, this is an invalid lap anyway, so we'll actually switch over to Fry, who's still on... Game lying to me, is on the softs. So let's see what he is able to do with that fresh, softer compound. Coming through Luffield now, keeping very tight there to maximise the speed on exit. Don't use too much of that curb because it does slow you down a bit. Very surprising that the driver didn't decide to take more road on the inside of the corner there. And same with Cops really. You'd expect most drivers to really attack that curb, but a very gentle lap here so far from Freipepe. As we come onto the second DRS straight, 5/10 up at the moment. Can he get the extra 2/10 in this final sector alone to make up the time to Vifelt? I probably think she can, but he can. Because 2/10, especially with those slow corners, you get a lot more grip, and as I thought, 9 tenths up. That's 4 tenths gained in the last sector with our first sub 125 lap, or 124.9 in this session at the moment, as Pratik is getting well out of the way there. Very nice lap from Freipaper. Now let's see who is going to cross the line next. It's the Ferrari of Alfa on an invalid lap, so it doesn't matter. Who's next? Is the Renault continuing? The Renault looks like it's continuing, of Kajemi. Let's see what Kajemi is able to do with this lap. Is he able to get himself out of P10? He is, up into P5 of the 25.6. Very nice lap there from the Renault driver. Who's going to be next across the line? It's going to be Haas. It's going to be Christian. Let's see, is Christian able to get himself off that 5th row that we were talking about earlier? He is. P6 with the 25.9. Puts himself just behind Kajemi once again. He's going to get used to looking at the back of that Renault, I feel like, today. That means that Masiek and Yuppe are currently on that 5th row that we don't want to be on. Okay, who's next? It looks like a McLaren. Is it Yuppe? It is Yuppe. Good guess. Very low on ERS note in here, and peeling into the pits is probably the right decision, looking at the fact that this lap is invalidated as well. Let's see what Alfam is able to do at the end of this lap. Going into the pits is what he's able to do at the end of this lap. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Michalizzi. Freipaper and Vifelt looking very strong here today. Probably even F2 pace here for them. Maybe even if they would probably qualify towards the back of F1. I think F1 were expecting stuff like 24 3s, maybe 24 2s from people such as Maxro and Axel. Maybe Axel if he's having a good day, but we have worked out that AXA is turning into a bit of a Bottas for Maxro this season. AXA being... You think Max will get a 23? I think he's definitely able to do it, but it fully depends on the conditions. I think if it's cloudy or something, then no way. I think because if it, with the track being a bit colder, then it slows the cars down a fair amount. As Pratik, I guess he's starting a lap because the last one was invalid. So yeah, lots of drivers currently making their way out of the pits onto out laps. Well, I say lots of them. There's 4 of them, 5 of them. The rest of them are all in the pit lane. Yeah, I mean, all I'm thinking of is like in Vietnam, where people were kind of like 8, 9 tenths, maybe even over a second down in their time, just because it was overcast. It wasn't even raining or anything, it was just cloudy and cold, and people were so much slower because of it. But I guess Vietnam being a street track, it's kind of worse when that kind of thing happens. As we continue riding on board for the second half of Pratik's lap. Definitely a favourite to get onto that 3rd position as he cuts the corner, and that will be his lap invalidated. I'm sure he has time, however, to dive into the pits and strap on a fresh set of softs for the end of this session. You'd hope so anyway, with 3 minutes left. Behind him we have Monster Most, who is currently in P8, and we actually have Will Gzer, as there was a Kurt boy out in the gravel disqualified from session for going the wrong way. I believe that means he'll start last, as Wilke does not improve from P16, unfortunately for him, and Kronk stays down in P17 as well. Pratik in the pits. Let's see who's next. Looks like a McLaren. Is it Vifelt ending a lap, or is it It is Vettel ending an invalid lap. Interesting that they've decided to go on those tyres for 3 laps. I'm so confused. Why would you do that? Because normally you'd pit kind of around lap 11 here for a one-stop strategy. So they're really risking being able to do a one-stop strategy by going on those tyres for so long. And with the amount of time left in the session, I'm not sure if Vettel has enough time to get back to the pits and do an outlap. So I'm not sure what he's doing here, really. Very strange. But if he's doing it, he's obviously got a reason to be doing it, as that was very wide there, just about keeping it valid. Good shot of the 2 McLarens on the same straight there, if anyone is a McLaren fan. As we have more yellows. People just going slow. Yeah, definitely. There's a Renault backing off. And this, yeah, Vettel's backed off from this lap, allowing Juppé to go through on his lap. We'll ride on board for the rest of that lap. See how he's doing. He's 4/10 up at the moment, so that should be good enough to get him up a few positions. Just looking at the times, should be good enough for about P6 if he continues on that way. It's up into P3 as he shaves another 4/10 off in the last sector alone. They're very difficult technical last sector here at Silverstone, so don't be too surprised if you see people improving massively through that final sector when the track's a lot more gripped in as it is now at the end of the session. So a 25.4 there from Juppé. Very nice to put him on the second row of the grid, at the moment at least. As Vettel didn't even pit. What's going on? What's he doing? Let's see what Freipaper's invalidated lap, but we'll have time for one more if he decides he wants it. He's got a lot of ERS left, so I would expect him to go for this personally. Let's see who's coming up to the end of their lap and is actually travelling fast. Looks like Wilkser is coming into the pits. Invalidated. Pratik at the beginning of the lap. His teammate, however, Kronk, coming to finish an invalidated lap. Just about makes it across the line, but I don't think he's going to complete this lap with so little ERS. Crossed the line with literally like half a second left in the session. That was crazy. Wow. Very rarely you see that. Very quiet session so far from Ero Goro, but he is up in P8 as he pits. So that will be the end of his session there. An outlap from by Betas. I think he might have left that a bit late, unfortunately for him. Now let's see what Freipaper is invalidated the lap, so there will be no changes up at the top of the field unless Kjemi or Christian can do anything about it. Kjemi coming towards the end of the lap now. Let's see what they're able to do in this final sector. Vettel has done 3 laps on those tyres. He's going to have to start on those. Kjemi crosses the line to good enough for P5 currently. Very, very close to P4 there, but unfortunately he'll have to settle for P5 as Maciek puts himself up into P5 with a literally 200ths quicker lap. So that's going to push Kjemi down into 6th. Still on the 3rd row of the grid at the moment, unless Christian can do anything about it, which he can't, as that was a very close call, cutting in front of the racing point like that. Let's see what Betas is able to do. Somehow able to complete the lap even though they crossed the line after the end of quali. I don't know if that's some kind of glitch, but oh, tyres are good for the racers for Phil. Okay, I'll believe him for that one. as Rick being the last person to cross the line in this session has an invalidated lap. Please don't pit. Oh, thank God. Hopefully that means that we won't be getting the glitch where the timer runs down all the way to the end. However, not that it matters too much, there's only 30 seconds left anyway. Looks like we're getting the glitch anyway. Yeah, I mean 14 seconds left, it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, I've seen that. No one retired on the track. It's like they listened to you or something, Mikelitsi. Good to see. Yeah, very surprised by that actually, because it's been an issue the last few weeks. People just pressing retire while they're still out on track, getting in the way of other people's laps, causing yellow flags and stuff. But this week, we're good. Well, at least in F3, we're good so far for F3. Let's hope F2 and F1 continue this positive trend. Sorry for me going quiet a bit there. My mum was talking to me, and I'm not sure how many of you really wanted to listen to that. As we are ready now for the formation lap. Hopefully some lights turn. No, don't get to see the lights. They don't like me enough for that. Okay, so just a quick rundown of your starting grid. In pole position, starting on the front row, starting from the best seat in the house, as we look at the predicted tyre stop strategy, which is actually not too wrong for this track, to be fair. Some tracks it's awful, it'll suggest a strategy which is just wrong. But looks okay so far. But anyway, back to the starting grid. Fry Pepper, pole position, best place to start from really, unless you're worried about getting slipstreamed, but you'd hope not. P2, Vifelt. Interesting to note, both cars in the front row with exceptional laps, way faster than the rest of the field. Hopefully this looks good for them in their quest to get promoted, perhaps. You never know, as we see the pit stop strategy for a second time, and it's changed. Interesting stuff. Yuppe, P3, making it McLaren 2-3. Oh, okay, I thought that was a disconnect, but it's not. making it a McLaren 2-3, which would be very useful for both offensive and defensive driving. You know, Vettel can try get a good launch on Freipaper and then help out his teammate by holding up Freipaper and getting both McLarens into the 1-2 position. Or if Juppé and Vettel start getting caught by someone like Rick, Juppé can be like a rear gunner. So very good stuff from them. Rick P4, Masiek P5, Kjemi P6, Pratik P7, Beitas P8, Christian P9 and Goro P10, as we see another predicted pit stop strategy, which has changed again because it said 9 to 12 last time, it now says 10 to 13. Monster Most is P11, Alfam P12, K P13, Yolmir P14, Marachi P15, Jamie P16, Wilgs, I'm just going to call him Will, P17, Kronk P18 and Kurt P19, and it's changed again. Look at this. AWS, even in the video game, is wrong. Oh, okay. I'll say don't do this in the game. We have 5 lights. They're out and away we go for the British Grand Prix eventually. Please do something. Please. There we go. Nice. I know strategy changes based on the tyre condition, but it's annoying and I don't want to look at it. As Vettel does well to get himself into the lead. Very wide there from Juppé, dropping down into 4th place. A good start from Rick. He's up the inside of Freipaper. Not quite worked out. Round the outside goes Juppé back, getting that position back from Rick. Just about. Lots of cars very close. Yeah, it's back to look, it's gone back. So a lot of cars very close in the background there. Ferrari trying to make a move, Masiek on Kjemi, and it looks like it's stuck for the moment. It has. So all of this chaos has meant that Vettel, with a great launch, has already pulled out over a second gap to Freipaper in second, which will be very helpful for lap 3 once that DRS is enabled. Red Bull switch position for P15, very interesting stuff back there. But as you can see, the gap is already closing between Vettel and Freipaper. I say that as it increases. Good one. As Christian, with quite a poor start, dropping down to P12. As Jamie has gone round at Maggots and Beckett. He's in the wall and he's retired from the session. What's this going to mean for the race? Hopefully not a safety car. Well, I say hopefully not. Depends on what you want, doesn't it? As the safety car comes out. I'll just shut up, I think. I think that's probably the best option, really, if I just stop talking. But what this does do is it will neutralise the race, meaning that Vettel no longer has that gap that he had over Freipaper. As Christian, a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. That's an illegal overtake, isn't it? I'm trying to think. 5-second penalty is probably an illegal overtake under those conditions. So I saw how Jamie Crash spinalled it. Yeah, I expected that's probably it. Maggots and Beckett's with cold tyres is quite difficult. So yeah, just bad mistake from the Red Bull driver there, causing a safety car. Leaving the session too, don't blame him. As Monster Most and Kronk both decided to pit, but no one else has followed them at this time. So we're going to have a quick look on the position changes. We've had Vettel and Freipaper switch places for P1, so that's 1 up and 1 down. Then we have Alfam, who's up 4 from where he started, whereas Beitas is down 1. Another person who's gone up 4 is Marachi, whereas Christian has gone down 3. What the hell is going on here? That's not loud. Sort yourselves out, lads. Okay, Yolmir has held position, whereas Kurt Boy has gone up 4 places since the start of this race, and has now gone up 3 as he has to let a Will back through, who has gained 2 positions. Kronk is up 1, and Monster Most being the biggest loser so far, down in 18th place with 7 positions lost. As you can see, only 17th and 18th have pitted so far. for medium tyres, both of them. We only have one driver currently on the hard tyres, which is interesting because I wouldn't recommend using the hards here. Normally Kronk does have damage, interesting to note, having been one of those two drivers who pitted, so that's cool. Oh, I see, so because Verfelt did so many laps on the softs in qualifying, it says only 9 laps for him. I get what Loki was on about now. Okay. I still hate the graphic. AWS graphics can leave. They're so bad. As we have our, I think this is the first ERO race with the new liveried safety car, as Codemasters last week updated all of the liveries. That's a 5-second time penalty for Christian. A collision this time. Let's see, has he got damage? I mean, those graphics would be great. Is there an end to that sentence? Or is that the end of the sentence? But the game strategies are never right compared to the real league. Yeah, but that's true, but I guess the game strategy is calculated from single player and AI stuff, so obviously it's not all calculated to how human beings would drive, you know, because we're not AI, funnily enough. Hopefully we get a safety car in this lap, because everyone's caught back up. There's not really much need for it to be still out, you know. So yeah, let's hope it's not staying out, because if it is, that'll be annoying. Fastest lap so far, not that it really matters, is from Verfelt. Exactly, it's counted from the AI level that this race has. Yeah. So, it's just not really that good, is it? Let's get rid of that. The safety car's staying out? Are you kidding? Is it? I can't tell. No, it's going in. Why have I not? Oh, I must have missed the notification. But oh, we get to see the McLaren's new halo, as I was talking about the patch earlier on. As we are going once again, very late decision for Verfelt to go, and it's cost him, as Freiperfer was expecting it. Yellow flags already down at the back of the grid there. Freiperfer sticking right onto the back of that McLaren's gearbox. Is a move on into turn 3. It's not sticking behind, but there's another opportunity coming up shortly at the end of this straight. Overtake mode enabled very, very early, but turned off very quickly. Strange stuff. This camera angle sucks. 3-second time penalty for Marachi. That's a corner cuts, track extends. Multiple warnings already on lap 4, considering that we had a safety car for a lot of those laps as well. So that's quite unfortunate for him. Hopefully they're able to stop that and not get too many more penalties for the rest of this race. Very aggressive line there from Freiperfer on the attack. Mags and Beckett to see how close to the back of that McLaren can Freiperfer stay through this fast section. The answer is very close. Let's get the intervals back on, because I suddenly care again. 2/10 is the move on into Stowe. It's not very, very late defending there from Verfelt, but fair is fair. I think there was a tiny bit of contact, didn't look like it caused any damage for anyone, so that's good. We get to carry on with this great battle. Verfelt with the fastest lap of the race, but that's to be expected on the restart. So not really representative. As a move down the inside, just about left the room by Verfelt, looking for a switch back onto the straight. Not a great exit by the looks of it. Going to have to use that overtake button to close the gap. Looking like Freiperfer's already low on 40% there, but interesting to note that Verfelt is actually slightly lower, about 10% lower on ERS at the moment than Freiperfer is. That could work out in Freiperfer's favour in a lap or two's time. Watch that one very closely. This fight is already starting to cause a bit of a gap to form. Juppe 2 seconds back from Freiperfer here. Not able to do that rear gunner job that Verfelt, I'm hoping, well, would would be hoping he could do. However, very close on the back of the McLaren is Rick Masiek and kinda Kajemi, but Kajemi's just on the edge, not even got DRS. Well, they haven't got DRS anyway, but was just on the edge of that DRS kind of zone, which I believe will be enabled next lap. We have a move in the background. Round the outside, it's looking like for Bottas, as Kurtboy has had an issue, as Bottas is not able to get the move to work, and there's a virtual safety car neutralising this race once again. Doesn't look like... Oh, collision between the two Mercs there, and Monster Most getting the penalty for it. Ooh, Monster Most not able to dive into the pits for that damage either, so that is quite unfortunate for the Mercedes driver, who will have to do laps with that damage, because he's also one of the drivers that has already pitted in this race. That is not the race he was hoping to have so far, I'm sure. Now let's hope that this virtual safety car ends soon, because, to be completely honest, it's been going for like half a lap now, and it's kind of boring. Obviously we don't get the notification for the virtual safety car ending, which I wish Codemasters would add, because it's very helpful to know. There we go, DRS enabled, that's when it's ended. 6 tenths is the gap between Vettel and Freiberger, so it's not really changed from before the VSC. They both played that one about the same. However, someone who did have a good VSC restart is Juppé, who has gained time on our two leaders and dropped Rick a bit, as Masiek is round at the end of Maggots and Beckes and Chapel. What a strange place to end up. I have a feeling there was probably contact with another driver there. He's definitely hit the wall hard with damage to the left side of his front wing. As we move back onto this fight for the lead, I say fight, the gap has remained the same over the last half a lap. Doesn't mean anything though, both drivers have had a chance to recover a bit of ERS. Apparently Vettel didn't get the memo and has not saved very much ERS, which will really play into Freiberger's hands. Almost 40% more ERS than the driver ahead, as Monster Most and Masiek have both pitted, unsurprisingly. Coming into Luffield now. Let's see who's going to get the better exit. Copse is not really an overtaking opportunity unless you're on either fresher or generally better tyres. Even then it's a bit of a risk. You've got to be carrying so much more speed than your opponent, because if it goes even slightly wrong, that's a crash, or if you take too much curb on either the inside or the outside, that could be a penalty or at least a warning, you know. So it's not really the easiest place to overtake, but I would... oh, pardon me. I wouldn't put it past someone trying a move into there at least once this week in any of the divisions, as Bottas finally gets ahead of Alfam on the second go through that section. Good for him, as Rick has now caught back up to the back of Juppé. Very quickly he's done that, because he was a good second and a bit behind only 2 laps ago when the VSC ended, so very good pace so far here from Rick. Let's see if he's able to do anything into this DRS zone. He's much closer to Juppé than Freiberger is to Vettel. Vettel showing good pace here at the moment, despite not having the same amount of ERS as Freiberger currently does. Let's see. Not likely anything's going to happen into here. Lap times. I can show you that the fastest lap of the race at the moment is a 128.9 from Vettel, closely followed by Freiberger's 129.0. So they are quite a way ahead of the rest of the field, though. The rest of the field are lapping in the low 30s. high 29s. So these two really are in a league of their own at the moment, as Rick has tried a move on Juppé as Vifelt. Did Vifelt pit? No, Vifelt didn't pit. He's made a mistake somewhere, as I was too busy looking at lap times. Yeah, there's an issue between Rick and Juppé there for a second. I think what's happened is Frypipper has collided with Vifelt, as Frypipper's changed in the front wing, and Vifelt is changed in the front wing. What on earth has gone on between these two? Lucky for them, it's lap 9, so the mediums should just about to be able to get to the end if they are lucky. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that something's happened between these two. They were so far out in front, and now they must be around about the back of the top 10 at the moment. But at least for Felt is Frypipper isn't doing too much better. I mean, when I say the back of the top 10, I know they're P15 and P13, but once everyone's pitted, that's probably where they're going to end up around about. So now, the new battle for the lead between Rick and Juppé. Now, I'm sure they'll be quite happy with that, but we're going to cut away because Christian's way closer to the car ahead. Bearing in mind, Christian already has 10 seconds worth of penalties. I say that, but Rick is gaining fast, not quite enough into the braking zone. But definitely closing speed on that straight was big. See what Christian's able to do. Nothing here just yet, and it's looking like he's going to stay that way. So we're going to cut back to Rick on the tail of Juppé. I have a feeling what happened there was Rick went to overtake Juppé, and then because of yellow flags had to give the position back. That's my feeling between what went on there. But very interesting to see is Kijemi, who's had a very quiet race so far, has found himself up into P3 on the podium from where he started P6, and Mirachi is up 9 places from where he started. Maybe about to lose one though, interestingly, as we have a car off the track. It's looking like it is Kurt Boy, because he's not going anywhere. No, the car's still going. It's a Haas, in fact. It is Christian. Christian had a bit of an off-track experience there and has found himself down in P10 as a result. Very unfortunate for him. I'm sure if a lot of these incidents, I know we don't catch them all the time firsthand. It's very hard to do, even in official F1 broadcasts. You don't see them. You know, you have to watch the replay to know what went on. But as Rick down the inside of Juppé, is Juppé able to keep it on the outside? He's not. Loses front wing, and that's him out of the races. He's collected by Kijemi. That will be damage for Kijemi as Pratik's got past, and a safety car is out. Kijemi diving into the pits along with Pratik has stayed out. Ooh. And so Rick and Kijemi both into the pit as Juppé retires after trying to go around the outside of Rick after Rick made the move. If I had to have a comment on that one, I'd say that Juppé was probably at fault. Didn't really leave much room. You know, Rick was very tight to the inside of that corner. Wasn't really anywhere he could go, and Juppé just turned in a bit too much, I think. So it is very unfortunate. We'll have looking like we're going to have a very good race shape up between these two, but unfortunately it's not gone well for Juppé this time around. And so I'm expecting everyone really to dive into the pits, even those that have already pitted, to fit some fresh tyres. In fact, maybe not Frypipper and Vifelt, because they only pitted a couple of laps ago, so this safety car should help them manage their tyres a bit and help them take them to that end of this race. So this has really been a bit of a godsend for Frypipper, who has found themselves back up onto the podium after their earlier incident. But as I was saying, I'm sure a lot of these incidents you'll be able to see over in the incident reports in F3. Racing incident Lamau. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It was a bit aggressive from Juppé, but these things happen. And obviously Juppé's out of the race, so it's not like there'll be any point in Not that there'd be any point in giving a penalty to that incident anyway. It's not worthy of a penalty. Yeah, Juppe turned too early. That's what I said a minute ago. As Vifelt has a 3-second time penalty for something. I think it was multiple warnings, which is quite unlucky under the safety car. But yeah, Juppe turned too early and came off worse as a result, which is unfortunate for him. But these things happen. I'd say racing incident, even if Juppe didn't retire, but definitely now that Juppe's retired, you don't want to punish him more than he's already been punished. But as I say, a lot of these will probably end up in incident reports because no one ever takes responsibility for an incident. It's always the other person's fault, as we know. So it'll end up in incident reports anyway, I'm sure. Let's try prepare now up into P2. Kronk, interesting to note, Kronk being one of those people to pit on lap 1 and starting at the back of the grid is on the podium now. Incredible stuff from the Racing Point driver to find themselves all the way up here. Not quite sure how long those tyres have been on. No, 9 laps. So they are going to have to pit again, unfortunately for them. But I'm sure they'll enjoy it while they're here. And once the safety car restart gets underway, hopefully they can hold on to it and not get swamped. So, hopefully we get the safety car. Fry Prepare, I don't think is very happy with the pace. K will get killed. Where's K? Oh god, yeah. P9. Oh dear, that's not where you want to be on a restart. And the hard tyres as well, that's gonna be a hell of a job for K. But you never know, stranger things have happened. There's definitely seen people before on harder tyres make them work, keep up to the same pace of the people around them on softer compounds and do well. So if he's got the pace, I'm sure he won't be too worried about it. Interesting to know that he's been on those hards 1 lap, so he put them on in the pits, but the mediums would be able to go to the end. So has he already used his mediums and had to? That's the hards were the only tyre he had left, which would be quite unfortunate, but it's the way things go sometimes. Brilliant time for safety car, yeah. Really made things interesting, didn't it? Didn't really change the strategy too much though. I'm sure most drivers were looking to pit around about here anyway. 5-second penalty! It's already started for K. He's been hit by his teammate, Goro, who has a 5-second penalty for it. They're about half a second to a second slower per lap. Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, if K's able to be matching the pace of the people around him because he's just faster than them generally, then it's possible, you know, it happens. Especially with traffic and everything, it would be a big DRS slipstream train once DRS is enabled. But a big slipstream train up until then, overtake mode, everyone will have full overtake mode. Once DRS is enabled, DRS train, so he should be able to, you know, use that to defend, and it's very hard to overtake when you get in trains like this, so I don't think he'll be damaged by this situation as much as you would initially think. Once the field starts breaking apart, then yeah, he'll be a bit susceptible to attack. As Rick, a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. What? Yeah, soft medium's the best strategy, Otapa. Hold on, how does the race leader under a safety car ignore yellow flags? Show tiers? You mean times? I don't know what he's doing, but he's got himself a stupid penalty under a safety car like that. Do you mean show times, Javier? Or tyres? There's tyres. There's times. Verfelt's still the fastest lap. Get. tyres. Yeah, okay. Fry caused it. Oh, interesting. Oh, by going alongside, yeah, the scene, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, understood. Well, hopefully, I know you're the steward here, Michelizi, but hopefully that means that as we get this start back underway, he can appeal that one, because that's a bit harsh in my opinion. But obviously, it's whatever the stewards decide about it. Love that camera view. I prefer. I switch camera view and it does that. Okay, down the inside goes Fry Pepper with the medium tyres of Rick probably still being a bit cold. That was a good launch, very good on these safety car restarts as Fry Pepper, both time from second place, getting a better launch than our leader, which is very difficult to do. So well done there. We had a bit of position changing, as that's a big lunge there from Mirachi. Yolmir getting overtaken by Fifelt, who makes a double overtake. Yolmir being pushed off the track there, and K on those hard tyres up into P7. Great stuff there from the Williams driver. Absolutely great move on those harder tyres. Still going on, Mirachi's losing more positions by the second, and another one. He's going way down. He's being overtaken at Magnus Beckett's. I think he has damage after the collision with Kajemi, who's now looking for an overtake on Kronk. Interesting to know that Beitas made his way up into P3 out of nowhere. Kronk's got damage, so I'm sure that's probably related to the fact that he's quite a way now behind Kronk. And Kronk, no, sorry, not Kronk. Beitas, and Beitas is in third somehow. Fry Pepper with the fastest lap of 28.8. Crazy stuff on the restart here so far. Masiek with a 28.6 in the Ferrari, looking very strong from. Hold on, did he get a fast lap by going into the pits? No way! Oh no! How is that allowed? How has the game allowed him to get a fast lap of the race in the pit lane? I know that because the pit lane cuts out the last 3 corners, doesn't it? So as Goro now falls down the order, let's see what's occurred to Goro. Oh, it's the same place that interesting, it's the same place that Kajemi got dived at, so maybe he got punted off a bit there. No, that was Masiek. Yeah, right, I'm stupid. All these people, all of their names start with M. Look, what do we have? We have, I'm going to say this, and there's only like 3 people with a name beginning with M. We have Monster Most, we have Masiek and Mirachi. With Masiek and Mirachi, I'm always going to get them confused because they're so similar and they're both in red cars, so leave me alone. Gap at the front, 2 seconds. Fry Pepper, 28.0. K up another position on. What is going on? Oh, no. That nearly got Alvin Magnussen situation. This is going to go wrong. Yeah, it's gone wrong for Pratik, who's been spun, and that was a big corner cut there for Masiek. Geez, the battles, yeah, unfortunately the battles aren't ending too well. Yeah, the driving's been a bit aggressive from everyone on this restart, and I think honestly, this whole race, I've been switching camera angle to try and get to see what's going on. It's been like, nah, here's a camera angle where you can see nothing. Gotta love the Codemasters game. Yeah, but the onboard doesn't give as much. You don't get to see as much from an onboard, because with an offboard shot you get to see in front of them and behind, but with an onboard, I've got to do that. I can't see it at the same time. So if they're trying to overtake someone and someone tries a double overtake or something, I'm not going to see it. Which I know it's a sacrifice, but that's annoying. Yeah, Cody's at it again. Honestly, you can move it to the sides in this game. I know, but I can't really tell if someone's going to try it. without looking to the side, but I'm not going to be looking at the side because I'm going to be looking in front. So it's just kind of hard to tell. I know it's a stupid excuse, as Monster Most is now around, as the battle here is honestly crazy looking. It's a clean overtake for Maciek. That's probably one of the first clean overtakes we've seen all race, as Christian loses it all on his own and catches it. Very nice. That was a good catch. Oh, and that's very wide from Kronk, who just kind of turns into Maciek there. Lack of spatial awareness. But I was saying on the safety car restarts, I think the person who put it best was Vilzu. He says people just get busy under the under the safety car restarts, which is very true. You know, people all try feed into the same space. Everyone's aggressive, wants to make the overtakes and everything, and it just kind of goes bad for everyone usually. Oh, I thought it was going to do. I thought that was going to be our first attempt into Cops this weekend. Very nearly had a go into Maggots and Beckett's after Kronk made a mistake. He is going to have a go into Maggots and Beckett's around the outside of Chapel. Not really any room there. But DRS open. He's going to make the move now with the better momentum. Easy stuff down the hanger straight, but it's 3 wide as there's collision between Pratik and Kronk, the two Racing Point teammates. And Pratik's down the inside of the Ferrari now, who goes off and gets a 3-second time penalty. Pratik unable to convert that move into the position, as that's a mistake from the Mercedes of Will, making him under pressure from Maciek, who gets past fairly easy with a switch back through the final corner. And now what's Pratik going to do about this situation? Nothing! But what is going to happen is Goro's looking at Kronk. Kronk turns into Goro, but the move sticks. Goro gets up into P12. Let's have a look at this one then. Pratik pressuring Will here a bit. This is of course for the last point paying position. Also make sure to keep an eye on P2, closing in on Freiberger here. The gap is now under a second. Was now under a second. Switch back through Luffield. Very nice move. Now on the run up to Cops, easily ahead. Very nice there from Pratik, as he recovers in this race after the earlier excursion. Now isn't that interesting? 1/10 between Vifelt and Kajemi. And no longer 1/10 between Vifelt and Kajemi, because Vifelt was an absolutely huge dive in to the same place where Vettel got it so wrong against Verstappen 2 years? Last year. And that puts him up into P4 on his little recovery drive. If he's got the pace, he can still make the time up to Freiberger as well. Especially since Freiberger could be battling a bit more now with Rick catching back up. Yeah, camera angle sucked again. Honestly, to be fair, I wasn't expecting to put a move on there. But, yeah. Cody's, they really know how to make a good game, don't they? Also, interesting to note, Nicolazzi, that Kai, or K, however you say it, has not been killed during this restart, and he's actually gained positions out of this, even on the hard tyres. Yeah, literally give us an option just to stay on the the helicopter camera. I know the helicopters are weird in this game if you see them flying around, but it'd be a better option than what we've got at the moment. The camera angles generally are a bit awful. I had to go and jinx it, didn't I? Safety car. K retires from the race. What's happened to him? He's gone off at Maggots and Beckett's, it looks like. Why did I jinx it? It's pronounced as a K, like Mikey. What the hell? What do you mean, what the hell? He's just spun it, hasn't he? He's done the same as we saw on the first lap by Jamie, which is 5-second penalty for Kronk. Penalties are going to be so important at the end of this race, aren't they? There's Freiberger and Gjemi in the pits. Interesting stuff. People getting multiple warning penalties under safety car. And 5 seconds. Time to look. No, I'm not looking at penalties. I know people do this. I refuse to look at the penalties. It ruins the race. Interesting to note also we're on lap 20, so this safety car will probably end like lap 22, and that'll only leave us 4 or so laps left of racing. K is out, yeah. I said he hasn't been killed so far under this safety car. He's gained positions. He's done nicely. K retired from the session. If that isn't a commentator's curse, I don't know what is. Very sorry to him. I'm sure he will. Well, I hope. Sorry, I'm not sure he will. I hope he'll forgive me. I don't understand why Freiberger's pitted for the softs. You were in the lead. And your tyres were going to make it. Yeah, he was the one who spun. I literally jinxed it. I don't know about this strategy from Freiberger and Gjemi. They're going to have to do a lot of work to cut back through the field. The felt pit, that's definitely not the right decision. Oh. Fry will put up a show for us, I'm sure that's correct. I hope so. I'm going to enjoy this a lot. Yeah, I know softs will be way better, but I'm just kind of thinking, because you saw how crazy the last one was, if it's just too risky to put yourself in the pack like that, going to end up with more crashes, because as you've seen, apparently league racers aren't the most spatially aware people on the planet. Definitely still not salty about FRL yesterday. So yeah, I don't know why they felt pit. Unless he had damage, which no, he just pit for softs. I guess he had gap, so he's just right behind Gjemi and Freiberger here. So maybe he just thought that he wasn't, because what was he? He was like P3, I want to say. So maybe he's just thinking maybe the positions he's losing is worth it for the fresher tyres and being able to, because he'll probably be able to use Gjemi and Freiberger, like when they make an overtake, the car they overtake will be going slower, so you know he can use that to get through. There was that one incident in Sector 3 which is definitely your fault. Yeah, that was so my fault, I'm sorry. I take full blame, ban me from the league if you want. That Sector 3 incident was honestly dreadful. I'm going to write an official letter of an apology to Pricky for that one, because it was just a huge dive bomb really. I mean, when you're going from your front tyres being in line with like his barge boards, end plates and stuff to in front of him, it's just such a huge dive bomb that I'm sorry, it's so my fault. Yeah, just horrible from me. Yeah, I fully admit I agree. Hopefully the safety car's in. Come on, no, the lights are still on. Why is the light still on the safety car? Literally, there's like one car to the left to catch the pack, and we don't care. Where is Mirachi? Hold on. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Show tyres. If I remember where the button is. There we go. Those are the tyres. Everyone, top 7, mediums. Everyone else, fresh softs. Simple enough? Let's get rid of that. It's ugly. It covers the screen. Yuppie Ero. Very unfortunate from you to DNF like that, Yuppie. But, it happens. Yeah, half with mediums, half with softs. This is going to be fun. Oh yeah, there was incidents when they were on the same tyre. There's going to be incidents where they're on different ones. There is no way that we finish with more than 13 drivers. If we finish with more than 13 drivers, I don't know. I don't know what I can do. I don't know, there's got to be some kind of forfeit. I don't want to eat anything because that would be disgusting, and you wouldn't be able to see it either. I don't know. Give me a challenge to do, so that if we have more than 13 finishers, I've got to do it. That's up to you guys in the comments now, all 14 of you. To be fair, with the spin, he didn't have much time to react because it's quite a blind corner. He should probably have been more aware, but this kind of stuff happens. The same thing happened to me, F2 last season at Britain. I spun at Cops and a guy came around the corner and just took me out straight afterwards. Safety car in this lap. Let's go. So we're going to have 4 laps left of this race. You can bet it's going to be crazy. But it's not. Yeah, it's not easy to avoid instance in that situation because it's round a corner where there's only really one line. It's all busy and everything, so I wouldn't be too mad at him, mate. But anyway, enough of that. Let's see the Alpha Tauri's P1 and P2 on this safety car restart. What's going to happen? And Rick is away now, and it looks like he's caught his teammate out a bit. Oh, that's a long way back from Yolmir. Definitely not a good restart there. But our attention should be here. Freipiper already making a position up on this restart. Is Kajemi going to be able to follow through on that one? Vifelt's looking like he's found the gap, maybe. No, thinks better of it. Waiting to the straight. Smart idea. As Kajemi now pulls out to make the move. Is Vifelt going to take the opportunity to follow him through? Looks like he might. Going around the outside of Luffield. Kajemi, 3-second time penalty for going off the track on the exit of Woodcote there. And he's made it. Kajemi and Vifelt have both made the move on Christian. And Christian's now under pressure from Aflam as Freipiper gets through on Goro. And Aflam was about to become our first move at Cops. He does switch back through Cops, but it doesn't count. It's not a move at Cops. So now Freipiper through on Goro and Kajemi already on the back of Goro, but I've just seen this. That is going to end bad, isn't it? This is not it. Around the outside goes Freipiper. Off the track goes Masiek. Goro having a look. Was that contact? That was contact, I think. I think Goro hit Freipiper from behind. I hope neither of them have damage at this point in the race. It doesn't look like they do, fortunately. Oh, he's gone for it. It's very, very close through here. But what this has done is it's allowed top 2 to get away from P3 Yolmir, and that's a very nice move there from Freipiper, and he's now going to switch back and make his way up into P4. Yeah, but all very wide there from Petit. Goro has a look. Kajemi and Aflam's through on Vifelt. So Vifelt's not had a good restart at all. Freipiper already up into P4, now chasing down P3 very quickly. Let's see what Kajemi's able to do. If he doesn't capitalise soon, he's going to regret his decision to pit under the safety car. Yeah, Cody's suck. And how do we know they suck? They made this game. This game sucks. I hate this game. Vifelt looking to make his way back through an Alfam. Should be easy stuff. They've collided and Vifelt's been gone off the track. Luckily it didn't get any worse than that. It got worse than that. Christian has retired. What? What was that? That was disgusting. What was that? What was that? What was that? Okay. That was awful driving from everyone there. That was genuinely so bad as Goro now retires as well at turn 1. 13 drivers, don't have to do a forfeit. Called it. That was honestly some of the worst driving I've ever seen as Aflam lets Vifelt back through after squeezing him off the track like that. Very good sportsmanship there from the Ferrari driver, but that doesn't help Vifelt's case. He's 2 seconds behind the next car. In all of that chaos, Yolmir got overtaken by Freipeper. Cool story, back to the interesting stuff. I'm so rude. Yeah, 13 finishing. I called it. Just a lap and a bit left to go now, as I believe our leader is a couple of corners left before 3-second time penalty at this stage. Down the inside. You would have thought that the Prof Pratik would have learnt from the others around him that that's not a good idea at this point, really, because I don't think I've seen a successful move through there yet. Prof Pratik also with an unsuccessful move, so is he able to do anything down into turn 3? No bravery on the brakes. Come on, let's get 50-meter mark brake board. That's where you want to brake, and I don't think that was the right thing to say in that situation. Oh, Masiek's got damage because he did nearly try a very silly move there. As now Kajemi takes the opportunity to get through, and Vifelt follows him. Vifelt came back there quick, and Vifelt is getting bullied even more. Look at Kajemi trying to go around the outside of Masiek. This is crazy. Oh, it's going to be a cops. I've got to go forwards. No, it's not going to be a cops. I was so excited, and now I'm so sad because it didn't happen. Freipeper with a penalty. That could be interesting come the end. And got damage, yeah, seen. Very unfortunate there from Vifelt. He is getting bullied today. I do feel bad for him. He's definitely regretting his decision to pit under the safety car. Yellow flag. It's a red car ahead. It's the lapped car doing donuts. Interesting. So as they cross the line, Freipeper takes the win! Crazy! After penalties have been applied, Freipeper takes the win. Kajemi gets ahead of Masiek, and so does Vifelt up into P6. Kronk and Alfan will round out our top 10. Kronk will round out our top 10. That was a lot of penalties then. And our 2 Mercedes drivers will be unfortunate to be P11 and P12. Oh, Rick, of course he does. Of course, yeah, okay. So Rick will most likely take the win, as one of the stewards in the comments is saying. Are you head steward, Michelizzi, or no? I'm not sure. So Freipeper, for now, will get to enjoy the feeling of winning, but it's likely that Rick will have his penalty removed, and Freipeper will have to settle for P2. Now Wodgers. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, so well driven there though, Freipeper. I was questioning your decision to pit under the safety car, but I'm not sure how much difference it would have made because Rick was catching you quite fast. Don't know, but got a penalty. Yeah, Rick, we've just been discussing it. I would report the 5-second time penalty you got. I would report it, and it's quite likely that the stewards might get rid of it and you will get the win. So I would definitely report that one, mate. So just looking through the race director, look at this. Look at this craziness. Also, you can check on here to see what lap you got it on, Rick. It says there at lap 13, so that's quicker for you. Oh my god, I'm going to have to scroll faster, I'm going to run out of time. Crazy stuff. So, at the moment, your winner is Freipeper, Rick second, Yolmir third from 14th on the grid. Incredible stuff from him. Beitas 4th, Gjemi 5th, Vifelt 6th. Very unlucky, he was bullied all day long. Masiek 7th, Pratik 8th, Aflam 9th, Kronk 10th, Will 11th, Monstermos 12th, and Mirachi P13. Everyone else did not finish. Everyone had at least one penalty, yeah, it's crazy. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm assuming you're Vifelt. Yeah, it was quite unlucky you were getting pushed around a lot, but as long as you didn't regret it, that's fine. Yeah, so crazy race that was. Wow. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I did. I definitely enjoyed that. That was an insane race. Hopefully it's a sign to come for the rest of this weekend with F2, which is starting in just under an hour, and in fact just under 45 minutes time, so make sure you stay tuned for that one, as well as F1 tomorrow. Of course, I would rather not be the one involved in all the incidents though, personally, because I don't really enjoy getting crashed, you know. Incidents are just, they're not my thing, you know. I know I do them a lot, which may give the wrong impression to many people, but I don't actually enjoy them. So, yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed that one. Make sure you stay tuned for the races later today and tomorrow. I had a lot of fun with this one. Well done to Rick, Frypaper, and what's his name, who finished third. Oh, this is not good. I've forgotten who finished third. Oh, Yolmir. It was Yolmir, wasn't it? Yeah, Yolmir. So, well done to those guys. And I will see you all hopefully next week, now that I'm going to be able to commentate a bit more consistently. Hopefully. Well, no, I should be able to, because cricket has finished. I promise that you'll be hearing my voice a lot more on this channel in the future. So that's been it from me. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.